Hello, this is Alejandro Bratti and William Isley from Unlock Clarity, and welcome to Spanglish World Network on Single TV channel 250. Please remember to download both the Single TV app on the respective app stores on iOS and Android. While you download, make sure to rate, and leave a comment. The app is free. Single TV is available in Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire, and all smart TVs. Today, I am really happy, William. We are going to be talking a topic that for me is key, is really important for everything. In the last weeks, we have been talking like some preparation for what is coming, for what was coming for today. That is potential, and I want to say like direct right now to everyone. Something that we really believe is that everybody has an unlimited potential. And that's why we are doing the program today, talking about potential and the thing that we can do with that. So, hello, William. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am much better than last week. Last week I had some health issues, but today I'm feeling much better. So this is great, and I hope that my throat allow me to have a good program today.
That would be wonderful. Something about potential in that whole episode, I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we are talking about potential, the potential of having a good throat today. So
Oh,
when you start to think about this potential and the things, I know that you can come. Last week I had a program that was very interesting in the Believe in Yourself, Believe in Your Business program that I have, and we were talking about something important. You can have a question, and you can be questioning yourself, what if something, and start to think about what if, or you can change the question that you are doing to why not. So when you are talking about what if, what we are talking is we are focused on the limitation that we have.
really?
What if I can do this? I don't know. And you can be like, when you are doing that question, you can open the door for a lot of limitations. But when you start to open the door for the why not? It's there is other opportunities there. Why not start to create something new? So that's what we developed on that program and started to create in that program. So uh,
I
what do you think? What do you?
literally never put those two together. Years
Me
ago,
neither, and that's why for me it was very interesting to be talking how you
years
change
ago,
your work.
when I was doing a lot of following of people before I came into my enlightenment, I was under the impression what if was a positive thing. It's like, well, what if this happened? What if that happened? And then to hear it flipped to limitation, it's like, huh, I like the why not though. Actually, I love it.
Start to think like what are the possibilities that start to happen inside of you, like when you start to see what if, it's like you are looking for what if, like options, but you are looking the option through the lens of limitation, like through the lens of the things
Right.
that you can create, that you maybe have possibilities to do it. So inside of the thing that you already have done, maybe,
Yeah.
uh, or the thing that you have at your near around you.
Right.
But when you start to open to why not, is something that is completely unknown. And that is especially when we are talking about potential, we are looking for ways to open the unknown.
And it feels very empowering. I
Mhm.
like it. I really like that. It's like, what if I could versus why not? Why not me doing X, Y, and Z?
Remember, even when we started to think about this program, let's create a program and let's have a program on TV, and let's have this program being broadcast everywhere. And it's like, you can start to be like, what if? I don't have time to do it, or what if nobody else is going to listen to me, or what if. So that's why something that is important when you are talking about potential, you have to start to ask the right questions. And the why not is why not? Start to open the door. I haven't done it before, but why not? I start to do this
Why not try it? Let's see what happens. Yeah.
and start to do it. And why not? We can start to. So you can start to be like, but what if nobody cares about the information that I want to share, or what if nobody cares about anything, or they don't connect with the way I say the words, or what if they understand that I am Latino and I am speaking in differently than an American. So you can start to create a lot of questions that are suddenly
Yeah.
like
And
thinking.
and like being the only white guy in the room, I could take that in a whole different direction. I mean, this is Spanglish World Network. You know, I don't have the right accent. I don't actually speak Spanish a lot. You know, those kind of things. I could take that a whole lot of different places. So yeah, all right.
But you know that, and that's why for me, I wanted to create the door to start to how we start to untap the potential that we have and start to
Yeah.
open the door for unlimited potential. And one of the things that we have found all the time is when you ask the right question. If I am in, for example, thinking that I am everything is happening to me and I am not making things happen. So it's like I am maybe feeling that I am a victim. And when I am feeling as a victim, suddenly everything is wrong, you know? And suddenly,
And our,
uh,
and our world is very good at helping us feel like victims.
mm,
It's pretty
exactly.
amazing. So yeah, and then we move into the why not space, the empowered possibility space, the empowered potential space. I like it.
So for me and everybody that is listening to us, if you start to think like something great, something amazing that you don't know, and people is pushing you like, or there is an opportunity in front of you and you don't know what to do,
Why
start to
not?
do the question, why not? Why not you? It's, instead of saying like, what if somebody else do it and not me? What if
Yeah.
another thing happens? It's like, why not? Why not start to do this? Why not to
And
start to help people?
and another set of questions on top of that is, if not now, when? If not me, then who?
And really, something that I have been realizing a lot is everybody has a voice.
Yes.
And some people likes what I am doing, some people likes what you are doing, and when people connect with your idea, it's like, of course, you are not a goal that everybody likes gold and everybody wants to have gold, but there is some people that is waiting for you to talk, and that's exactly what we want to say. It's like there is some people that is wanting, they need your word and your voice to start to tell them what to do or what is going to happen. So why not?
Why not? Yeah. It's amazing. We think we think about all the limitations. We think about all the reasons not to, or and it's just a matter of believing. It's a your television program is wonderful. Believe in yourself. Believe in your business, even if you don't have a business. Believe in yourself. And what I'm discovering lately is, to the degree that we don't believe in ourselves, there's someone in our past who didn't believe in us that much. At least I'm discovering this is true for me, and I'm walking through some interesting spaces lately on learning to be my own authority. learning to trust that I know what I know. Previous relationships, I gave up that potential. I gave up that right, that basic human right to believe that I knew what I knew and that it was correct for me. So yeah, I mean,
and that's when you start to see that with everything that we are talking about, like, so the first thing, when you don't think that you have like unlimited potential or that your potential is really limited, what do you do to start to open the door for started to see the possibilities and change the perception that you have at that moment? What do you have you done in the past to start to open the eyes to see different options?
A big one is believing in myself, believing in the strengths and the abilities that Creator gave me. There are things that I'm really good at. There are things that I'm not so good at. There are things that I'm bad at. And so instead of focusing on the things that I'm bad at or not so good at, when I want to get to another place, to a different perspective, is believing in the things that I'm good at, recognizing those, and just understanding that, okay, so how does one make a ladder? We take two straight boards and we attach vertical boards to those straight boards. And then if we build it well enough, then we can lean it up against a wall and touch the ceiling if you want, as long as we climb it. I mean, that's a whole different perspective on a bunch of boards laying on the floor. We can make a ladder out of it. We can turn it into a table. We can turn it into a chair. It's just a different perspective. And depending upon what we do with it, assuming we have the ability and the tools to do it, we can turn those boards into unlimited possibilities, unlimited potential with just a bunch of boards. And what happens if we expand it to other things, like what's in here, what we know, what we can do, what our abilities are? The possibilities and the potential is incredible, as long as we have that belief that we can. Asking why not is an awesome question.
And something that I was talking in other programs too is creativity. There is something that we have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, for example. Just to make it simple, we can start to add other things, but to make it simple, we have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So the reality is that the conscious mind has the like 5% or less of the capacity, and the subconscious mind is more than 95%. And the creativity is in the subconscious mind.
Yep.
So when we are thinking in the what if, or we are focusing on the limitation or the disaster or the victim, what we are focusing our conscious mind and the things that we can see right now or I can create right now, but without really using my potential. When we are talking about potential, we are going to the space of the subconscious mind and understanding all the things that you can create from zero or from what you have in front of you that you don't see because of the limitation that you are using only your conscious mind. Exactly. So one of the areas, just to start to give some example of how to untap the potential, is there is something that I believe at least now it's getting like more use and more people is listening, is mindfulness. And why is that important? Because what you are trying to do with mindfulness and with meditation is try to disconnect all the all the conscious mind and stop all the chatting that we have in our heads telling us different things, like sometimes good, sometimes bad. But stop all of that and start to connect with yourself inside of you, with that subconscious that has the unlimited potential, and start to create new things. And that's what you are trying to do with mindfulness. And that is exactly what you were talking to.
So, just a quick caveat for those of us who haven't gotten to the point, well, I have, but I'm saying I started here, who haven't gotten to the point where we could disconnect from the conscious mind, because it's always barging in. It's always, it sounds like a crowded room. You've got the door closed. You might close the door, but it's a crowded room. You can still hear the voices through the door. So, a way that I learned to practice mindfulness is to work with my hands, to go for a walk, to do something that doesn't require my conscious mind, and just be in the moment and have something that distracts my conscious mind, in order to practice mindfulness. Because there are a subspecies of human that we have challenges setting still and disconnecting the mind from everything else, at least in the beginning. Because, yeah, you, Alejandro, you really make it sound easy to just do mindfulness, do meditation. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to sit here and I'm going to have to listen to this babble in my head about the laundry needs to get done, the yard's not finished, I have to go, I have to find my keys so I can go get something, or blah, 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 blah. And so, something that I was just thinking about is, and this is something that I heard years ago, and I had no idea how people did it, but it's like, okay, I need to do that. Thank you, and let it go. And I've heard it described as just let the thoughts bubble up and blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah. So it's like, oh hey, I do need to do that. Thank you, and be grateful for it, and then let it go away. And then somebody else comes up and says, oh hey, you need to do that. Yes, I do. Thank you, and let it move on.
And something that with what you are saying, if you have a lot of chatting in your head, start to pay attention to that and start to understand and what is exactly what I am saying to myself. What are the things that I am saying to myself? How are you talking to yourself? And when you start to understand that, that is also mindfulness. And that is started to understand like, okay, I am being present and I am listening all the chatting in my head and all the things that are happening. It's like, so that is starting to be in that place, and that's starting to understand, okay, now that I am listening that, it's like, do I agree exactly with that? Or that is more a what if than a why not? So I started to do that conversation to understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then if we don't agree with whatever those thoughts are, that could be thought of as a form of baggage. So can we leave that? Can we just set that down and leave it behind? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. And so there are ways to leave that behind. It doesn't. It's not something that, if you're good, you can figure it out on your own. But if you don't want to figure that out on your own, there are some of us who understand how to leave that behind, how to import that knowledge.
So we are at the end of the program already. It was so quick in this process, but what we believe, just as a summary, we believe that everybody has an unlimited potential. We really have seen that. We continue discovering our potential. I am not saying that I am already there. I am saying that I am working on that. But I believe that I have unlimited potential, and that opens the door for me to start look for more things. So one of the ways to do it is learn how to do mindfulness. The other way is like, if you don't know how to do it, is what you were saying a little bit, is like start to do things that can help you with your hands. And the other one is understand how are you talking to yourself. And with that, start to leave the baggage. Do you have any last comment to say and to finish today?
No, I think we've summed it up very well.
So thank you all for this program. This also can also be heard on Spanglish Radio Network. Please check out Spanglish World for all the news and programming. Spanglish World, watch it, hear it, read it, download it, and leave it. Thank you, William, and thank you all.
Have a great week.